smoked oud. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Destiny Hope, owner of Destiny Hope Candles. Welcome back if you have been previewed to my channel before, and welcome if you are new. And also welcome if you are coming from my last video of me hauling these scents and, like, you know, showing what I purchased for my business recently. But here is going to be the review of these candle science fragrances that I got on their 50% sale that has just ended a few days ago. Okay, so first up we have magnolia and peony. You can see that. I don't know how this one is gonna smell like. I hope I like it because I don't want to waste the money on no famous oils. Okay, it smells completely different. Well, that's the point. That's why I smell both. It smells completely different from the bottle than it does the top. And I'm gonna be honest. Honestly, I don't like the scent that much. It smells a lot better in the bottle. It's not a potent scent. It's kind of light, but it's there. I don't really like it because it smells like a bathroom. Like, it doesn't even smell like an aerosol spray, because the aerosol spray is like, it's supposed to smell like tropical this and this and that. Yeah, it smells like a commercial or a business bathroom, and they use those cheap hand sanitizers, not hand sanitizers, but those cheap automated, you know, hand soaps and whatnot, those hand washers, or just like those cheap sprays that they get, you know, from like the you know, the wholesale business supply store for businesses. That's what it smells like. It smells like a cheap automized sprayer for the bathrooms in like a truck stop or a gas station or something. I tried it in the candle, and honestly, other people may like it, but it's not for me. So I'll see. Next up, we have Love Spell. I've been interested in this one for some time, but I know that it's an older scent, so I didn't really want to add anything that a lot of people have. But I want to try it because candle sign doesn't really have a lot of scents that I'm interested in at the moment, and I wanted to get something so I could start with it. Oh, ooh, okay. This one smells like a bathroom too. Like, yeah, this one really smells like this one. Okay, so magnolia and peony smelled more like the aerosol spray, like the automatic sprayers in a gas station bathroom. And Love Spell smells like the hand soap that I was talking about in a bathroom of a department store. Yeah, I don't know what it is about. I don't know, because I do tend to pick a lot of like smoky or like deeper scents instead of like floral and fruity. It's really floral, because I'm not really into florals like that. I'm more of into fruity scents and like the, not musk, but the warm scents, if that makes it, like a cashmere or something like that, or cocoa butter. I'm more into scents like that. And as you will see from the rest of these, I have a lot more smoky and warm scents. So we're gonna get into those because I just did two of like the softer scents. So here we have tonka and oud. I have no idea what a tonka is, but I have an idea of what a oud is. So we're going to smell this one. Ooh, so far I am liking none of these. But they are reminiscent. This one, I know what this one smells like. This one smells like, if you see my last video, it smells like those roll-on oils that they sell in my mall. Yeah, it smells like that exact scent that I was saying that I did not like. And my mother loves this scent. She loves, it's called amber musk. It's something like that, and she loves that scent. She wants that scent for her birthday every year. That is exactly what it smells like. It smells like a roll-on oil, and it smells just like her. So far, 3 out of 7 are no for me. They're not terrible. sort of things that I am interested in. So now let's go to smoked oud. Now this one I have high expectations for because I have been wanting this scent since it came out for the Candlescience Christmas lunch. Why do all of these smell like roll-on oils or something cheap? That's how they smell. I had high hopes for this one. I really did. It doesn't give me smoky fireplace at all. It does not. I can smell some kind of smoke, but it smells perfumey. Like, it smells like perfume. And I love a fireplace scent. Like, I love like that raw burning wood in the fireplace. I love it, and that's what I expected this to be, because people were like, oh, it's polarizing because people don't like smoky scents, and it smells like wood is burning, and it smells like something's burning and fire or a house is on fire. It also smells like some type of plastic. I don't like it. No. All these smell like roll-on oils and incense. No. Okay, so next up, I also have high expectations for is campfire marshmallow. Maybe I should have gotten fireside. I expected more from smoked oud. But I probably should have gotten fireside because I know a lot of people. But the thing is, a lot of people complain about that. So I think because it's been around for a while and they want something different. And also, I think it was a bit more playful instead of like a true smoky scent. It was a bit more like kind of perfumey, because I think it's a Bath and Body Works type of scent. So yeah, I think that's why people complain about that one, because it's not like a true smoky scent, if that makes sense. Now we have campfire marshmallow. Okay. This one reminds me of something too. It smells like something that I smelled from, what is it, Whiteborn? I think that's a byproduct of, if that's even the right word, I think it's a byproduct of Bath and Body Works. It's called like Whiteborn Noble, something like this, Whiteborn. And I seen it about, I think it said like Bath and Body Works type. It was like a fizzy hand soap. That's what this smells like. It does not smell like marshmallow to me at all. Yeah, it's pretty light too, but it does not smell like a campfire or marshmallow. I'm gonna be honest. It's sweet. It is sweet. I will say it's sweet, but it smells more of like, what was that scent? It was something vanilla. All I smell is like a faint vanilla with hand soap. I don't know why these smell. These scents smell like hand soap to me. So now we have toasted coconut. And actually, let me go ahead and separate these. I'm gonna separate them into piles. Because I don't care for those. I'll try them, but I do not care for those. So we're gonna be trying toasted coconut. And what's crazy, I still smell that scent. Yeah, I still smell it. Okay. Now this one I think I'm gonna like. I hope so. This one has like it smells more tropical. I expected just pure coconut. Yeah, this one smells like tropical. It's not bad. I don't really care for tropical scents at all because of like the banana smell. And this one smells like kind of like a banana. Not a banana, but it smells like a tropical blend of like, you know, bananas and mangoes and pears. I don't really care for those. Lastly, I have passion fruit pineapple. Okay, let's see. Ooh. I know exactly what it smells like. I know all of these scents at this point. Okay, okay, this is the loudest one from the bottom. This one smells like candy, and that's another complaint about Candlescience too, that their fragrance either smells cologne-y, like a fragrance, like a perfume, or candy. This smells like that high chew candy, that soft tropical candy. Which I don't really like flavors like that, and I don't like smells like that. It's just I don't know how to explain it. It smells exactly like that. It smells exactly like hot chew. It really does. Yeah, honestly, I felt like Counter Science has like really good fragrances. And then I was looking on my Facebook, in which I just created a new Facebook group for apothecary jar makers and whatnot. So I started a Facebook group specifically for that, because I remember I was just now getting into like Facebook groups to try to help me like thank God this isn't that bomb. To try to help me like wick these jars, in which I initially gave up on them, but at the same time I've been finding like recipes, and I've been finding honestly the urge to start them back. Honestly, I dropped them for like a week or so, and I've been testing these and whatnot. And honestly, I've actually found a wick for this one, and you can actually get the formula on my new Facebook group that I am trying to plug right now. It is called, I believe, Apothecary and Libby type candle jars or something like that. I'll link it in the description down below, of course. This is the amount of soot that it put off. So it didn't put off a lot, like nearly as much as these jars used to put off when I was using LX wicks in these. So it's not nearly as much, and as you can see, like the wick is like extremely small. And even when I trimmed it, so this one honestly burnt perfect all the way through. And as you can see, like there's a bit, if you can see, there's a bit of a mushroom there. And this one had less of a mushroom. And honestly, I think because on like my last wick choice that I was using, like I believe LX, like when you burnt that one, like immediately it would just start smoking. And this one, if it's kind of high, it would start smoking too. I don't know if it's the wax or the wicks at this point, but honestly I will say it could be both, because I'm going to be trying Premiere, and Premiere has not done that to me. So I'm getting a few more samples of the Premiere wicks actually today. They should be either coming today or tomorrow from Black Tie Barn. So I have a lot more samples there, and which should definitely work for my single wick jar, and should be small enough to work for my double wick jar. So I should be working on these at the same time. But I am working with limited wax, and honestly I am considering heavily changing my wax, but at the same time I want to make use of what I have now, because I have so little to where it doesn't really make sense to sell, since I already sold a slab of it before. And yeah, so it's done really good, and I know it's not too hot at all, so that's good. But if kind of like long or like a bit mushroomed, or like the wick, and that's what I'm thinking too of why on first burn, because these wicks are a bit softer, while first burn is kind of like leaving a smoke trail and whatnot with a colored flame. And I believe I saw a complaint about these before too, and people, when they switch from these, especially if you're not using a wooden wick, they switch from these to like those clippers, like wire cutters, because this one is so blunt and so like thick. When you cut it, like, you know, it's a braided wick, so the braids, like the 3 braids come loose and they like sparse out, and that's what I'm thinking of why it's smoking like that, because the wick is like cut like that. So I think it wouldn't do that if I had better wick trimmers, and that's what I'm thinking. But what I will say is that also when this I think it was this candle, I had to keep cutting it because it kept doing it, and I believe because it was just like kept splitting apart. But it burned good, but at the same time it needed to be trimmed low, but I also didn't have the right wick trimmers too, so that probably could be what it is. But I know it burns perfect. It's just you gotta, you know, deal with the right trim of the wick. So I had to keep trimming this one. This one I didn't. This one I did have to keep trimming, and then eventually like the flame got really small, so it almost not total, but it almost extinguished. So I just put in, you know, like the paper towel hack. I put in this paper towel and soaked up some of it, and then the flame got back to like a nice stable state, and honestly they did pretty good. But yeah, so join my Facebook group down below. Yeah, I can't wait to get those Midwest scents. I cannot wait. I mean, I feel like I did waste money, but at the same time you got to try it, so hey, so I don't regret that. But when you're on a limited budget, it's just like anything doesn't work out, it's like, oh, I wasted money. And honestly, and then like when people are afraid to get into like different waxes and stuff, because it's like, because I was afraid to do that, like you want to get one wax and one wick and one jar that you think is gonna work in a few fragrances or whatever. But in reality, and we're afraid to try things, or you think that, because in my eyes I thought that changing waxes, or you know, going from this or this, I thought it was jumping, and I thought that I wasn't secure in my spot, and I was just jumping, you know, ship to ship. But in reality, you're supposed to be trying a different wax. You're supposed to be trying different fragrance oils. You're supposed to be trying a different wicks, even if you found a winning wick. So I found a winning wick over here, but I'm not that satisfied with it, and I want to use Premier because they have a softer burn, and they should do all that smoking, because I'm so used to wicks that smoke that when I get a wick that does not do that or have a really tall flame, even though it's not like detrimental or dangerous to the candle, but it's like it is pretty tall for what it's supposed to be. When I get a nice size flame, I think that it's underwicked or something. But now I am learning what underwick actually is. It's when the wick, well, for my instance, for my testing, it's when the flame is like barely there. It's when the flame is barely there. So that's why I thought, and that's one reason why I gave up on those jars too, is because I was like those people that I usually criticize and be like, oh, that's not a your winning formulation or whatever, it's just like a suggestion. And I was finding suggestions that were either close to this jar or close to the melt point of my wax, but it's like when that wasn't working and I felt like it should have been perfect, I gave up on it, saying, oh, I can't wick it. And then I realized, like, no, they just were probably too small. That doesn't mean every wick just won't work. It doesn't mean just because those didn't work that you thought was gonna work, especially if it's a different wax combination anyway. Like, I get if you were using the same wax, but in my eyes it was like, okay, that jar is like 3.75 inches and mine is 4, so it's 0.25 off, so that wick should work, or the next size up should work. Or the fact that that wax was like 120, maybe 125 to 128 at melt point, and mine was like 117, so I was like, okay, even if it does go up in the jar department for like 0.25, who knows if another wick size is needed for that, because most wicks, like, they can work for like, maybe 3.5 to 4.5, or even 3.7 to like maybe 4.2. So they work for a wide range of like jar shapes and sizes and diameters and stuff like that. So I went down, and my highest wick, I believe at the point, was 725, and that one I had seen was too small, and I thought it should have been perfect. But actually no. So yeah, it was just me like overthinking it and not doing enough thinking, honestly, to be exact. So honestly, if you're scared to try different waxes, you should, because I want to try some more parasoys. I want to try some soy waxes, because I want to jump into the soy industry, because I do know, and I do believe that I am missing out on a lot of customers by not having soy candles. Do I necessarily care for soy? No, because it's very finicky with fragrance oils, even some parasoys. One parasoy I pretty much have a recipe for that I've been selling. I've been afraid to get it or try that wax out, because I know that it is finicky with fragrance oils, and I love and I've been wanting a wax, and I found one actually, but it's very finicky with wicks, and it smokes even if you get the perfect wick for it, right? It doesn't burn too hot, it doesn't tunnel, and it's a nice flame profile, right? But it still just has a tendency to smoke because it's like a softer paraffin wax, so it makes sense. So I pretty much have a recipe for that, the Pro Blend 600. I actually have a few of them, in which I am currently selling, so I'm going to leave those links down in the description as well. I've been doing a lot of research on those and testing those and whatnot, but I have been afraid to try that wax for myself, because I know that it is very finicky with fragrance oils, because it has a higher soy profile than paraffin. And I also just want to get into soy because, like I was saying, I'm missing out on a lot of customer base there. But at the same time, when I do, or if I do, because I'm interested in trying the M12 wax. It's a newer wax. It's from like the UK or Australia, and the only supplier that I know has it in America is like Jeff Stanley, but he isn't even listed as a international US supplier on the main site of the people who manufacture and give out that wax, honestly, to distributors. And he has been it's been taking a while for him to get that wax in stock for his site, and he changed all of his candles over to that one wax. So I'm like, oh, that wax got to be good. And if it's soy, when I get soy customers, right? So that's an upside. When it's soy, so it's gonna be a bit higher price, and also harder to get into the US in the first place. And so that means basically there's not a lot of suppliers, especially locally or just in general in the US, that I can get it from that is gonna have a fair shaper price, or that I will even ship to the US in the first place. So I've been doing a bit of research on that. So it actually seems to do really good with fragrance oil as a soy wax, which is crazy. And it is, they are working on bringing more. And someone from Facebook I seen as well is helping Jeff Stanley get more wax in, so he can keep selling it constantly and try to bring more wax to the US. And it's crazy because a lot of soy waxes that work tend to only be in the UK or in the Australia regions, and not in the US, which is so crazy to me. which will make sense honestly. But yeah, so a lot of the wax that I have seen from like soy wax that work really good and I get a lot of praise are not from the US. So yeah, so that's been the only downsides about it, but I really do want to try that wax. I've also wanted to try freedom wax too, because one is cheaper, two is from Amazon, so that's like what they sell on Amazon is by the American Soy Beads Company, something like that. But they sell like in several places, and they also sell on Amazon, so it's cheaper, it's free shipping, and it's a soy wax. So, but the thing is, I haven't really heard a lot of people with the fragrance store of it, and there's been some people say about the fragrance store, but I feel like it'll be a finicky wax, like a 464 or whatever. Like, yeah, I think it's not as bad as like 464 when it comes to like ugly tops and just like the characteristics that it has. But I feel like just, you know, in the regular soy industry of having like a really iffy hot though. Like, some people can get hot though, some people love it, and some people can't get hot though, some people hate it. But as you can see, these are the fragrances that I did not like so much at all. And these are the fragrances that I'd say I did not mind. And these are, I guess, my favorite out the bunch. I assume, actually, I kind of want to smell campfire marshmallow again. Yeah, okay. These two are my favorite. The thing is, I know what this smells like. It smells like a hand wash that did smell watered down to me. It makes sense because it was like a hand wash, but it smelled watered down to me, and it smelled like a Christmas vanilla bean, honestly, that Whiteborn sold. So I would definitely say campfire marshmallow and passionfruit pineapple are my favorites out of the whole bunch. The rest of them, they weren't bad. They just remind me of cheap fragrances from like gas stations or department stores. Toasted coconut it wasn't as warm as I was expecting. It wasn't like a coconut. It was more of just like a tropical blend. Just like passion fruit was more of a tropical blend, but it wasn't bad, and it did smell like candy. So just like even with that strawberry guava scent that I tried last time, which I'm gonna link that up there below, well, up there as well, with that scent, strawberry guava, it smelled more like a candy. It smelled like exactly that strawberry candy that no one really knows the name of, and it comes in those strawberry wrappers with the jelly filling. That is exactly what it smells like. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and stay tuned because the next video that's going to be coming out is going to be me reviewing maybe a few of these, probably not all of them, honestly. I'm probably going to keep these to the side. Yeah, so I'm probably not going to be testing all of these in candles, but I will test my main three, and which I think, yeah, these right here, these are going to be the main scents that I am going to be testing, possibly in my next vlog, so stay tuned for that. And also I've been doing a lot of research on different jars, on the most popular jars, and just finding recipes that I know work on those. Even though I haven't necessarily maybe used the wax or whatever, but I have been doing a lot of research. I know other people have not been doing. I've been doing a lot of research, finding recipes that actually genuinely work with certain waxes. So I have 3 recipes for the 9-ounce straight jars from Candle Science and the Flaming Candle, for Pro Blend wax, Pro Blend 600, IGI 6006, and Golden Brands Golden Wax 464. And then there is another jar from, I forgot the place, but it's more of like, it's the same as like a Maxi jar. I'll probably put the picture in here, or like there, I'll be linked below on my educational site. And also I did that because I found I found a really good site that I can house all of my digital products for a cheaper, well, honestly, for no price at all. I actually found a free site that I can list my digital products, and they only charge me like a few dollars for the processing fee of like the order. Because the other site that I was using originally, I believe on Square, I had to manually email you the digital product because there was nowhere for me to upload my PDF. I legit had to email it to you after I got the order. So that was a handful, and I did not want to get big on that site, and then I have like 10, 20, 30, 300 orders coming in, and I have to email them manually. So I was scrambling to find a site, and I actually found one. I'm gonna if I have a link, I'll link them down below, but I'm just gonna shout them out real quick. It's called ConvertKit. Like, they have a free plan so you can sell digital products and whatever, unlimited, I believe. The only bad thing to it, well, not bad, but the only downside to it is the fact that there's no like landing page or there's no like website. It's just products that you like can get, share the links to. So I've been doing that and getting a few sales that way, but I wanted to have a site to house all of them. So I'm using my Wix. I already have like a site plan for like, because I want to sell candle supplies or something. I want to sell waxes and wicks and stuff like that. I want to sell stuff like that and accessories for candle makers. I want to do stuff like that at some point. And also I do have a lot of digital products that I've already been working on anyway. So they're already listed there. But I'm not trying to pay $30 just yet because I'm not making enough sales to be paying $30 every month or whatever. So what I did was, because with you can publish your site, you can use Wix, you can design Wix without having to pay for it, but the only thing is you can't accept money. So if you go to my Wix site, you'll see like all of my digital products will be listed, because the only thing I'm selling right now, I'm not selling the other stuff yet. So you only have access to the digital files. And so it's going to be a picture of the digital product, and then it's going to have a button on it that says read more, and then basically with that button I link that button to whatever the product is. So if I have a picture of the Pro Blend recipe for the 9-ounce straight jar or whatever, you're going to click that button and it's going to send you straight to the product link from my ConvertKit site or whatever. So that was one thing I was thinking about, like, oh, people may be confused or be weary or whatever because it takes you to a different site, but that's just because I wanted a page where all of my products could be listed and categorized or whatever. So if there's any confusion, that's the reason why I just wanted a central page that all of my products can be on and like categorize them, instead of just giving out links. And the only way I can really give you a link is either putting it in my story on Instagram, in which follow me on my Instagram at Destinyhopeandcompanies, and also on and like my page on Facebook as well. And also join the Facebook group I was talking about as well. And if you're interested in any of these recipes, my link that I'm talking about right now for the website will be linked down below. But yeah, and then the only way I could really give out the link is through advertising it on my Instagram stories or having it under my story highlights. And I don't know if people really go there. I believe some people do, but for the most part, it doesn't reach the masses, because it's not a website. So I wanted a website that I can have like just like one link. Not like, because I have a link tree too, so I don't want to have the link every single product. That's just cluttery and stuff like that. So I wanted one central link for all my digital products. That is going to be it for this video, and I hope you guys enjoy it or whatever. I'm still learning how to do these videos, so y'all tell me what y'all want to see, and help me out there and stuff. I know that these camera angles were probably pretty weird. I probably was off topic and stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on all of my social medias, and join the links down below for my Facebook group as well. We currently have 17 followers after about 3 or 4 days of me advertising it. So I'm really glad about that. And it's public right now because I want everybody who can to join until it starts getting big, and then I need to private it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I pray you guys have a good day, and thank you for watching.